What's up, my friends? It's Wednesday here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I just finished eating a delicious lunch prepared by my wonderful wife. She sent me to work today with hamburger, no bun. I'm sure she would have sent me with a bun, but trying to cut back on the carbs, you know. And let's see, I had some kale. It was delicious. It was baked. It had some cheese on it. Had some other vegetables too. I believe I had some eggplant. It was so good. Hey, this is pretty funny. It says on my Facebook notifications here at the bottom, 50 people are watching right now. This is a popular live video. I just think it's so funny that Facebook is quantifying for me. This is a popular. You're doing a good job. Go get them, Tiger. That's just really funny to me that it says this is a popular live video. But as people are coming on, I just want to give you a thought. And it hit me this morning. And I'm going to give it to you quick, and I'll get out of your way because I know you guys are busy. I know Bobby, Flora, Chris, Anna, Gracie in London, and Kita, I know you're busy. Tiffany, I know you're busy. Kevin, I know you're busy. Thanks for joining me for a moment, though. Many of you are probably watching this on a rebroadcast. But listen, this hit me today, and it's a simple thought, but I thought it would help. It's Wednesday, middle of the week. I wonder how your week is going. I wonder what's driving you crazy right now. Who's driving you crazy? I wonder what things you expected to go better this week than they're going, or maybe it's been a week of unexpected blessings. I don't know. But I want to give you a thought or an instruction, really, that can take you from wherever you are in your week and not only give you a sense of progress, but be a blessing to others too. And the thought is, get outside yourself. Okay? Get outside yourself. I have found nothing more effective in dealing with discouragement, setbacks, just the general funk that we all get in, even pastors, yes, even pastors, than that simple act of getting outside of myself. And the reason I wanted to come on and share something so simple with you is because I connected this morning two Bible stories that have always kind of bugged me in a way that I had never seen them conjoined. You've got this story in 1 Kings chapter 17 where Elijah the prophet goes up to this widow at Zarephath, and she's dying and her son is dying and they're starving to death. And it always bothered me that Elijah came up to the woman and said, hey, I know you don't have very much to live off of. I know you've only got a very little bit of olive oil and a handful of flour, which is what she tells him in 1 Kings 17, verse 12. But go and first make a small loaf of bread for me, and then make something for yourself and your son. And basically gives her the promise that God is going to provide for her. That always bothered me for obvious reasons. It seems selfish that Elijah would give the woman an instruction to feed him when she's dying. So that kind of bothered me. Another passage that bothered me in a different way is in 2 Kings 4. And this is Elijah's protege, Elisha. And I wrote a book about Elisha called Greater. Shameless plug. Okay. A few years ago, about some of his miracles. He did twice as many miracles as Elijah. And apparently, he shared Elijah's ministry philosophy. It rubbed off on him because in 2 Kings 4, there's a woman who comes to Elisha for help. Her sons are about to be taken as slaves because she can't repay the debts that were left when her husband died. And her husband was affiliated with Elisha's prophetic ministry. And the woman wants help. And listen what Elisha says. He says, what do you have in your house? Which is insensitive to tell a woman who has come to you asking for help to go to her house and inventory what she has. If she had what she needed, she wouldn't come to you. But he tells her to take an inventory, and she mentions that she has in 2 Kings 4 verse 2 Nothing there at all except a small jar of olive oil. And Elisha's next instruction is the part that always bothered me. He said in verse 3, go around and ask all your neighbors for empty jars. Don't ask for just a few. Then go inside, shut the door behind you, and your sons pour oil into all the jars, and as each is filled, put it to one side. Now, listen, in both of these stories, a miracle occurs. In the first story that I told you about, where the woman came to Elijah and made him a cake of bread, she was able to not only pay off her debts, but live off of what was left. In 2 Kings chapter 4, the widow with the olive oil, she was able not only to meet the needs of her debt, but go beyond that. So there was a miracle in both instances. But in both instances, the miracle could only be initiated in the life of the person with the need when they did what? When they got outside themselves. And that's the part I had never connected before. These seem on the surface to be two very different miracles. In the first one, Elijah is telling the widow at Zarephath, hey, make something for me before you make something for yourself. In the story of Elisha with the widow and the olive oil, now we've got Elisha telling the woman, go around to your neighbors. Well, what does it require to go to your neighbors and borrow jars? You got to get outside of yourself. In each of those situations, the women were trapped in their own frame of reference. I don't have much there at all except a little olive oil. I only have enough to make one loaf of bread for me and my boy, and then we're going to die. And that's where the enemy wants to keep you, in isolation, where you're looking at what you have, what you can do, what you're dealing with, how many hours you have in the day, any kind of limitation or lack that you can imagine. Wants to keep you stuck there. But in both cases, when the woman in 1 Kings 17 or the woman in 2 Kings 4, when they got outside of themselves, in one case it was doing something for Elijah, bake me some bread. In the other case, it was asking something from her neighbors. In 2 Kings 4, go ask your neighbors for jars. But the commonality was what? That they had to get outside of themselves, do something for someone or ask something from someone. And so there is no better way for you to access God's provision in your life than to get outside of yourself. When you do, it opens you up to see the provision that's already there. It's not that the provision starts to come. It's that you see the provision. You can't see it when you're inside your own mind. You can't see it when you're inside your own challenge. You can't see it when you're inside the construct that you've built up about what is and isn't possible. You got to get outside yourself. So let me ask this question before we close, and I'll check a few comments in a moment too. I can't teach and read at the same time. I'm not that gifted. But how can you get outside yourself today, even in a small way, okay? Both of these are pretty dramatic stories. One was a woman about to lose her sons as slaves. One was a woman who her and her son were about to die. It doesn't have to be that big. The principle still applies. Is there a small way that you could get outside yourself today? You know, it could just be sending a text to somebody that needs to hear encouragement from you. You're wishing somebody would encourage you, acknowledge you, affirm you. No, get outside yourself. Give some encouragement. Send a message to your spirit. I'm a giver. I'm a river. I have the abundant supply of Christ in me. Could you do that in a small way today? Could you bless somebody financially, even if you don't feel like you have enough? Could you do that, even if it seems like a small thing? It could be buying somebody lunch. It could be taking care of a need. Maybe God will give you the opportunity to first bake a loaf of bread for someone else. And then he's able then to increase your awareness of what you have. I believe God can do this in our lives. So what would be a small way for you to do it today? A small way for you to get outside yourself? I believe that's often the first step to realizing and releasing God's provision in our life. You guys enjoying this little lunchtime devotional snack? I sure hope so. I have heard the new Drake album. I haven't heard it very much. This is deep, man. First question from Oscar. I have heard it. I haven't listened to it much, but I heard it. I heard some of the songs. Interesting. Back on the Bible study. Let's see. Thank you, Setnik. I remember Setnik Sine. Setnik, man, it's good to see your name across my feed. This guy is a singer. Man, he's a singer. He is a brilliant singer. I hope you're still singing, man. God bless you. It's good to hear from you. You're welcome, Bree Jones. Best lunch I ever had. Oh, thank you so much. That's very kind. I enjoy bringing it to you. This is not Sunday's message. This is just a little thought that I had. But maybe I could teach it to the church sometime. I've been teaching on functional faith. This would certainly apply. It's a great quote, John, from St. Francis of Assisi. Remember, when you leave this earth, you can take with you nothing that you have received, only what you have given. Brilliant, brilliant. You're welcome, Jennifer. You're welcome, Mickey. Pastor Keith Craft is a good man. Give him my love. Bradley, thank you. Yeah, Luke 9:23 is also pertinent. Awesome. Well, hey, remember today, get outside yourself. So often the solution that we're asking God to give to us is found in meeting the needs of others. I hope you enjoyed it. God bless you.